Hello, this is Paper Cuts Included coming to you live from the Ninja Turtle sleeping blanket, and that's how I know it's legit. Today is going to be a pickup video. We haven't done those in a while, but before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, this is a comic book YouTube channel inspired by the great cartoonist Kayfabe. This channel is ran by me and my co-host, and if you like comic books, comic book art, art in general, you're definitely in the right place. We get books such as these, put them under the microscope, and really talk about the nuts and bolts and how to make a good comic book and become a great comic book artist in the year 2025. So if that sounds like something you're invested in or want to learn more about, you're in the right place. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification icon. We post multiple times a week and make some pretty good quality work, I think. So definitely stick around. A little housekeeping. This month we've been doing Turtle Tuesdays, where every Tuesday I post a turtle book. We look at a Ninja Turtle book. I unfortunately missed this Tuesday. I apologize for that. I should have made a post about it, but it's been a busy week. Good busy though. Me and my co-host made a 2 hour long overview of Ninja Turtles #1. It's inspiration on us, the art, look at it. So I was planning on making another video right after it, but I was so exhausted, I went straight to bed. So sorry for that. I believe next week what I might do is do Return to New York Book 2 on Tuesday, and then Return to New York Book 3 on Thursday, and then a Friday video, or I might skip a Friday video. That way I'm not killing myself time-wise. So sorry again for missing a day. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, but we'll see. It's about to be pretty busy for me, unfortunately. But let's get into Howard. So I'm gonna flip through these while I talk. This was, like I said, a pickup video. I'm planning on not doing too many pickup videos, mostly because the algorithm does not do well with pickup videos. I love that part right there. My shadow's kind of blocking it. Maybe we can get some more light. But yeah, this panel right here, I really like. But like I said, pickup videos haven't been doing great in the algorithm. Um, my book reviews do a lot better, and I really like doing pickup videos because it gives me an opportunity to talk about books pretty fast and usually a lot of books at a time. But if YouTube doesn't like me doing them as much, I'm gonna have to cut them back to maybe two a month, one a month. We'll see. Or maybe center pickup videos around more themes. Like if I buy, like here, this is a bunch of Howard books. So I guess that's housekeeping extended. So this was not found in the wild. The thumbnail is going to say it was, but it's a thumbnail to get attention. This was actually an eBay lot, and there was a lot more to this. It was 22 issues from #1. I forget what it ended to. It didn't end naturally. It had bits and pieces. This was probably someone's collection, and they just didn't have, all of it. And so it's 22 issues. This is only 11. Me and one of our other co-hosts, who you probably won't see as often as Dylan. Our other co-host is single dad of two, working all the time. So, but hopefully we have a Bill Sinkovic video with him pretty soon because he's the most educated out of all of us on this channel about comic books. So I'm really curious about his perspective. I wonder if this was. We'll have to look back at that ad. He had sold off his. That's a really cool page right there. Some Kirby dot action almost. He is a bigger Howard fan than I am. He has a damn tattoo of Howard. I love Howard to death, but I probably can't say I'm a bigger Howard fan when you literally have a tattoo of him. But he sold off his. I don't know if he ever had the full run, but he definitely had the #1 and a good chunk of it. Sold it to pay for some medical expenses, and he's been rebuying them back. And I had quite a bit of it. I already had the #1. I had the annual. I had bits and pieces of it, and it was $50 for everything, shipped and all that. $54. I was like, damn, like if we split it, it's probably a better deal for all of us. Because then, what, $25 for 11 Howard the Duck books? What's that come out to? Like $2.75 an issue or something like that. That's a great deal on Howard the Duck. I feel like a lot of places now, at least in Arkansas, where I'm from, not the biggest comic book scene, and they'll charge like 10 sometimes $12 for just a back issue of it, not even the number one. The number one's about a $20-$30 book. I think I bought mine for 19. So to be able to buy these for $2.75 an issue, hell yeah. And I was able to help him, already having the number one in the annual. I guess I could have sold them and exchanged profit, but it helped him out. It helped me out. So really glad to do it. I'm glad I got to jumpstart back his collection of Howard. This is actually the tattoo he has right there, that image. So it's really cool. Especially I don't I have all the expensive ones now except for I believe the last issue with the amazing Bolin cover, which I'll put right here. I put things like a little bit more because it's the final issue and they charge just a little. If it has a little icon on CLZ Comics, they're gonna charge more for it. That's just the nature of the beast, I feel like. But I have the this cool little Kirby drawn, I think. But no, it's nice to have the this is actually a who did the cover on this? I thought it was I forget who the cover artist was. But this is illustrated by John Buscema, which really cool to have a John Buscema book without realizing it. A lot of these, or not a lot of them, they have some different Howard artists, and it's just always fun to see how people draw a pissed off duck with the cigar, right? Bernie writes and draws them really scrawny. But yeah, I just love seeing how different people like. I feel like here Buscema really emphasizes the bill and the feathers on the back. I'm actually working on a Howard the Duck piece right now. Hopefully, I finish it sometime soon. Usually, I'm really good at starting stuff, but not finishing. I just hate coloring. I suck at coloring, so that's my biggest downfall for that. But no, so I have over half the run now, which is amazing. I first discovered Howard the Duck when I watched the Kevin Smith show, Comic Book Men. That show, I was always into nerdy things, but that show really made me like, I want to collect comic books. So, and there's one episode that had a Howard the Duck number one be sold on it, and seeing a duck who looks like Donald with a sword, a bikini babe in the background, smoking a stogie, it was like, I need to get into this series. So, which was a little hard to collect in the fourth grade. Usually I had about $10 on me every time I'd go to the comic book store, and it was usually I can buy one issue of Howard or 2 issues of G.I. Joe. And G.I. Joe would probably always win unless I found a really trashed copy of Howard for like $3 or $4, which sometimes would happen. Um, so no. So really glad to find a bunch. Now that I'm so close to finishing it, I'm definitely make this a priority to, try to track down the few I'm missing. Well, it's not a few. I only have 17 and there's 32 issues, so but hey, a lot more than I had. So if you don't know Howard the Duck is a very interesting comic book. He is a satirical book by Steve Gerber, created by Steve Gerber, and if you love drama, you're going to love Howard. That's half the reason I like him, is knowing all the drama behind Howard. Not only did DC sue him, Disney sue Marvel because he looked too much like Donald, and that's why he wears pants now, to, Steve Gerber said he created him. He did. I don't care what you say. If you're an artist, you create your beings. My personal philosophy: self-publish when you can. And Marvel, that was Jim Shooter's big thing. Editor Jim Shooter was like, nope, nope, Marvel creates them. Howard the Duck was actually selling really, really, really good at this time. When this issue came out, it kind of puttered. I don't know exactly when the book stopped selling really good, but at least for right now, issue 3, it's selling really good. The first issue actually got short printed. I believe it was supposed to have 500,000 issues printed, and their printer was like, oh, this book's not going to do well at all. They're going to lose money if they print 500,000. No one's going to buy this book. So they only printed 250,000, I believe. So literally half of what they were supposed to do. The book sold out. It was one of the first books to really like, oh, you're super lucky if you find on the stands, because some comic book owners got in the back for like $10, and it's a 25-cent book. That's crazy. So to know all the drama behind Howard's really amazing. Gerber would actually eventually create spin-offs to fuel his legal battle. Once he fought Marvel for the rights to him, he made things like Destroyer Duck, which is Howard and Witness Protection Program, as he was going to destroy Godcore, the Marvel ripoff. Godcore's motto was grab 'em, own 'em, copy, or is it copy 'em, destroy 'em, something like that. I'll put text here on what it means. But like, it's really funny. The book's really good too. It's a satirical take on what was happening in the 70s, what was Gerber's feelings on a lot of things. So if you like just a wacky comic book adventure, definitely check out Howard. It also has really good art, which you can't always say about a satirical comic book. You know, he's become for a long time, I didn't collect any Marvel other than G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Howard the Duck, because I didn't think I liked Marvel. I wouldn't say I like Marvel, but I like artists. And I'd say the same thing for DC. The only comic book company I really like their projects is Dark Horse. And I wouldn't say modern day Dark Horse, but an Image for Skybound for the new Transformers series, which we'll have to look at, because David Johnson, is that his name? Let's see. Um, yeah. Or is it Warren Johnson? It's Warren Johnson or John, whatever the hell his name is. I really like his art. I think it's really interesting. We'll definitely have to check it out. Sugar daddies. Oh. Huh. I didn't know there was a sugar mama. That's interesting. More interested in the ad than the comic book. So yeah, check out Howard if you haven't yet. The books are kind of cooling off some a little bit. On eBay you can get like 2 issues for $10 now, but then you gotta deal with shipping, and taxes, which can suck ass. But I think that What If episode with Howard kind of turned a lot of people off for it. Kevin Smith was supposed to do a Howard the Duck show, and I'm so sad that never came out because I'm real interested on what that would have looked like. Um, but yeah, so I guess we'll get to more of the bigger books that I bought. That being, well, let's look at the covers too, because the covers are really cool. But no, the expensive ones being number 12, number 13, and 14. I've been into one comic book store where they were trying to charge $60 for this one alone. I think that was overpriced. I think the most that book should be like $20, which I swear to God, I used to see like or I guess damn near 10 years ago. And even then I was like, oh, that's overpriced. That's a Howard the Duck book. That should be 10, because I didn't know it. I didn't have a way to see how, but the reason this one's so expensive is it's the first ever appearance of the band, one of my favorite bands, Kiss. See right there? So, um, hey kitty, you know, that's why it's expensive. It's their first cameo appearance. So, of course, people are going to put an extra zero at the end of that decimal. So, hey, to get this for $275, just paying $25 for this book alone is worth it, right? So really cool to get that. I also have the first full appearance in number 13. So look, how much more can you want as a high schooler, hearing or middle elementary year, hearing that Howard the Duck met with Kiss, and my dad's a huge Kiss fan, so that made me a huge Kiss fan. It was one of the greatest things to ever hear. This stogie smoking duck is getting to fight random things with Kiss. It read some comics. You'll be, some people think it's just Superman punching Lex Luthor all the time. When I talked to like the school jock and why he was calling me some mean things, oh, you like some of that weird stuff, and it's like, it's not weird. It's Howard the Duck with Kiss. And then I'd get even more made fun of. It's like, oh, you're reading some duck book. Are you a furry? It's like, nope, it's Howard the Duck. So that was a little bit more of a rant than I thought it'd be. But so yeah, I got the first full appearance, the cameo. This is the first appearance of the son of Satan, Howard. Don't really know why that one's like more than normal, but hey, I have them. I think the only expensive one I need now is the last issue with the amazing Bolin cover. I'll put an image of that here. It I think it's only a little bit more because it is the last issue, and I think any reason they can do for to put an extra dollar or two on it, they're going to. So I think it's like a $12, $14 book when the rest are like $10 in a store now. So yeah, there's my Howard the Duck pickups. I know this is a quicker video, but it's been a busy week. Sorry for that. We are going to be picking it back up next week. We're probably going to have 3 videos next week. So with me to you, make more art.